Hello and welcome to the News Minute. This is Kora Abraham here. For those of you who've been following the News Minute over the years, you would know that we do not really track cricket or sports for that matter. But today, the October 14th, is a very important day, and this is a day that has been marked in our calendars because in just a couple of hours, India will be playing Pakistan. And I'm joined here by Siddharth Prabhakar, who is a cricket writer and a former journalist at the Times of India. I'm also joined by Bhuvan Malik, who is a TNM's video producer. He's also a fourth division Tamil Nadu cricket player. Siddharth, firstly, coming to you, this is the most anticipated match in cricket history, right? I mean, India Pakistan doesn't get bigger than that, and more importantly, it is taking place at the Narendra Modi Stadium with a capacity of more than a lakh. And every time we talk about India Pakistan cricket matches, especially in World Cups, there's always a streak. Right now, India has played total of 7 matches that India and Pakistan has played. India has won 7 out, all 7 of them. And now, in your article, which you have written for the News Minute, you have mentioned that history favors India as India takes on Pakistan today. So, that, can you just take us through that about what you mean by that?
Yeah, hi. Thank you, Cora. Thank you for having me over. So, as our readers will very soon read in the article, or they're already reading, or I mean, they already know that India has played Pakistan 7 times in the World Cup since 1992. And what is really surprising is that India Pakistan, for me, what is surprising is that India Pakistan continues to be a very hotly debated, very eagerly anticipated cricket match because if you see in the 50 over World Cups, India has defeated Pakistan very easily in each of the games. In fact, this is something that we discussed in the article as well. Six of the times Pakistan has chased. I mean, India has batted first in six of the 7 games, and Pakistan has not been able to, put up a stiff fight in any of these six chases. In fact, South Africa are known as the chokers in world cricket, but if you see India-Pakistan ODI World Cup history, Pakistan have can be called the chokers because there's some very interesting statistics. If we see, uh, in most of the in the chases, none of the Pakistan batsmen really has shown much intent, except probably I think I forget the name, but two batsmen in the 2019 chase where they had to chase around 340 overs. But if you see, none of their opening batsmen have shown real intent, except the one in Bangalore in 1996. I'm sure you remember
Mhm.
that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
where Amir Sohail and Saeed Anwar really gave us the shock of our lives. I mean, I remember the match, watching the match on TV, and I was almost close to tears when Amir Sohail and Saeed Anwar were just blasting. They were just, I mean, 84
This is
runs
the
in 10
this was
overs.
the famous Venkatesh Prasad's wicket, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
So actually, what happened is when that Venkatesh Prasad was hit by Amir Sohail for boundaries, Amir Sohail was batting brilliantly, extremely fluently. But in hindsight, in a moment of lapse of concentration, he charged at Venkatesh Prasad, gave him some signal as to see where I hit the ball, and that was the spark India needed. Venkatesh Prasad got Amir Sohail bowled, and that's all. After that, India just put the brakes on the scoring, and Pakistan just couldn't get back in the chase. So that has been the hallmark of India-Pakistan ODI World Cup games. And the one game where India had to chase, it was a stiff target, 274 in Centurion, South Africa
Yeah.
Centurion, hard,
2003.
yeah, hard pacey wicket in South Africa in 2003 World Cup. But that is the time our master blaster, decided to put up an outstanding show. I mean, I was just seeing some videos of ICC. Even Ravi Shastri, no less, says that I have seen a lot of Sachin Tendulkar hundreds, but that 98 against Pakistan is one of his favorite innings because it was a high pressure situation. Imagine a World Cup game in a hard bouncy against Shoaib Akhtar, chasing 275. It's the pre T20 era, so chasing 275 in 50 overs on a fast clean wicket. Sachin comes out, just bats Pakistan out of the game. I mean, when he got out, India still needed around, I think, 80, 90 runs in
Yeah.
about 20 overs.
And I
20,
think
22
Rahul
overs.
Dravid and Rahul Dravid finished off the
Yuvraj
game. If
Singh,
I'm not wrong.
Yuvraj
Yeah,
Singh,
Yuvraj
I
Singh,
think
correct.
Rahul Dravid and Yuvraj Singh. They just had to play a run-up ball. Of course, Yuvraj batted at run-up ball and finished the game. But Sachin's, I mean, I'm sure anybody who's followed cricket will say that Sachin is one of Sachin's best knocks, even though he scored a hundred centuries in his career.
Right. So that even as we speak about how Pakistan has been choking against India in World Cup matches, right? Are we seeing a resurgence here, especially after 2017? I mean, I'm not talking about World Cups per se, but the ICC Champions Trophy finals in 2017, as well as the T20 World Cup in 2019. So, are we seeing? Do you think that there has been a resurgence in the Pakistan side when they are up against India in ICC tournaments?
See, if you look at the recent form in the Asia Cup, we remember the Asia Cup that just happened
Yeah.
last month, a few weeks ago. They were chasing around 300 plus after KL Rahul and Virat Kohli had scored 100, but they collapsed. Again, they collapsed. But as far as this World Cup is concerned, every game, recent form, if you see, just the last game was actually one of the best games in this World Cup so far. Sri Lanka had scored a sizable 344. It was in Hyderabad, and Pakistan won it very easily. I mean, the 345. I don't think there was any point of time where Pakistan looked like they would not be able to chase this down, especially even when Mohammad Rizwan was cramping. I mean, I was watching the match.
Right.
Rizwan was 131 not out at the end of the innings. He was cramping badly, but they won very easily. So
Right.
this is a side that, like if you see Babar Azam, Pakistan captain Babar Azam's statement, he's saying that history is of no consequence. These kind of, I'm sure in Hindi he must have said SSF records to
It is
बनते
not
रहते हैं,
meant to be. It's
टूटते
supposed
रहते
to
हैं,
be broken
exactly.
sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a new game, and Pakistan does look good. Pakistan batting does look good. For a good chase. If at all they are batting second, they're good for a chase. But again, the question is 1 lakh plus people in Ahmedabad. We know that crowds in Ahmedabad are really, very vociferous in your face. They are not like Chennai, where you will clap for a
Mm.
good
The
six or a
appreciative
good four.
audience in Chennai.
Exactly. Ahmedabad is very, 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 very tough for any team playing against India, especially in a high-profile game, especially in a World Cup, especially Pakistan. So that is going to be something that is a big factor.
And I think this is something that even Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I think a few years back, had said that streaks are not will be broken sometime. So this is not something that they are worried about. I'd like to bring in Bhuvan here. Bhuvan is the News Minutes video producer. Bhuvan, I think all of us who have been, I mean, I think even Siddharth is a CSK fan, right? I think all three of us here are Chennai Super Kings fans. And just a few months back, in the same stadium, we witnessed a thriller. I think probably one of the best matches in that IPL season when Ravindra Jadeja had 10 runs to win and from two balls, and then there was 6 and 4 to win the match for CSK. And here we are, a few months down the line, a match at the same Narendra Modi Stadium with the same excitement or even more excitement. Bhuvan, as someone who's been tracking the pitches across India, and what do you think? How do you think the Narendra Modi Stadium pitch in Ahmedabad will play for today's match? And what do you think will the team that both sides will go for according to you?
I think the Narendra Modi Stadium, we have often seen with the stadium that it doesn't offer much, usually dry and everything. But I think by the time the lights come on, it gives a lot to something to the bowlers. But this is India Pakistan again. The pitch doesn't matter. The stadium doesn't matter. It's India versus Pakistan. It's a World Cup, and everything changes. Everything, all the pitch reports, all of this changes when it's these two teams, and it's a high pressure game. We also have to we should understand that India and Pakistan don't play each other as often as other teams play against each other. So there's always an element of surprise. And they don't play. Pakistan players don't play IPL, and Indian players don't play foreign leagues, domestic T20 leagues. So there's always an element of surprise. You don't know. You're not been used to playing against these bowlers, or they're not used to playing against Bumrah, Shami. So these have been, it brings out an exciting contest. I feel the the toss might play a significant role, but then again, if you get a huge score like around 300 plus, Pakistan had chased it against Sri Lanka, but this is India, and if you bat first, it's always like 300 plus, and if you're chasing, it's like I don't think India will have a problem if it's chasing unless it loses its wickets at the top of order.
See that this is like I think there's like a popular joke that is going around these days that I think this Asia Cups and ICC tournaments are just an excuse for India and Pakistan to play each other. But having said that, like Bhuvan, you were talking about how it doesn't matter because it is India and Pakistan that is playing today. And every time we speak, I mean, some of the observation that cricket experts have made over the time that Pakistan, despite the huge amount of talent that they have, seems to always get bogged down by the emotions and pressure towards the end of the game. Do you think what are your thoughts on that? Has it always been this way, or do you think that has changed over the last few years? Where one of the examples is that they end up when they are chasing especially when they are chasing, they end up throwing their wickets, especially after the first couple of batsmen go out. Do you think? I mean, this is a question that's open to both of you. Do you think that has changed with Pakistan cricket over the years, especially since they've now started chasing down big totals?
Well, I think it's again at that point of time it's a particular game. I think things have changed a little. You've seen like Siddharth mentioned the Champions Trophy, the T20 World Cup. Things have changed a little, but then again I think they do succumb to the pressure. And but I feel like in India at that point of time have like, if you for Pakistan, I think it's very important if they take the first 3 wickets, then it's an entirely different game. You have young players who haven't played against Pakistan a lot, who haven't been in pressure situations in a World Cup a lot. So that can be a crucial thing for India. I think the bowlers are we are in a century where we are in a era where bowlers are talking. Our bowlers are ahead of other fast bowlers, and I think that will not be like for India. Bowling and everything is not a problem. The only issue with India is losing their wickets early, and that can be a problem. But otherwise, I don't think there's any problem. Siddharth can probably tell
Yeah.
more.
So Cora, you spoke about Pakistan probably not being great chasers. So I mean, there's 50 years of World Cup history that we can delve into, but I would rather look at the recent events. So Pakistan played New Zealand in 2 ODI series that win. One was coincidentally during the IPL, because like you said, Pakistan players don't play the IPL. So it was probably not a full strength New Zealand team, but in the second ODI, New Zealand set a target of 337, and Pakistan chased it down in 48.2 overs with 7 wickets in hand.
Right.
So, and this was after the first ODI, where in the first ODI, again, New Zealand set them a target of 288, and Pakistan chased it comfortably in 48.3 overs. If we look at the series that they played with New Zealand against New Zealand in January, again in Pakistan, uh, I mean, yeah. So that I don't think. I think Pakistan chased. I mean, again, like you said, they kind of collapsed in the second ODI. But in the first ODI, they managed to chase down a score of 255. So what I would like to say is, see, Pakistan probably have a really good batting lineup, which we have seen in the previous match in the last few series. Even if in Asia Cup notwithstanding, where they didn't do very well. But the thing is that I mean, one thing that Indian fans have to note, that Babar Azam has not yet struck a perfect match in this tournament, and he's one of the really good batsmen in the world right now. But the thing is that Pakistan have a very deep batting line. Their leg spinner Shadab Khan is someone who's built as a batting all-rounder, so I think he bats at number 8, I think, to 6 down. So they have really good. They have a really long batting line. Their bowlers probably are Shaheen Shah Afridi is yet to come into form. But the one thing I want to add is definitely conditions will matter. I mean, we can gloss over it because it's India Pakistan, but I'm sure conditions will matter. I think we've seen from the first game of this World Cup, which was held in Ahmedabad, New Zealand, England, that chasing will definitely be easier under the lights. With the dew, chasing will definitely be easy. Of course, New Zealand won it very easily, but with 1 lakh people in the stadium, whether chasing will be that easy is another question altogether. But here are some things to balance out. One is Pakistan definitely has a good leg spinner. Shadab Khan is a good leg spinner. Another is they have a left arm spinner, Mohammad Nawaz. I hope I'm getting that right. Just a minute. Yeah. So, sorry. So Mohammad Nawaz is a left-arm orthodox player. Okay, and so Dinesh Karthik in the commentary box has repeatedly
Yeah.
said, or rather very forcefully said, that Indians do struggle against a left-arm spinner. Okay, so that is one factor. One leg spinner, one left-arm spinner. Of course, Shaheen Shah Afridi bringing the ball back into the right-handers at the top. That is one. Second, for India, Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav, the Chinaman bowler, is going to be a big deal today. Whether he's bowling first or whether he's bowling second, he's going to be a big deal. Ravindra Jadeja is back in form, and the million-dollar question is whether Shardul Thakur is playing or Ravichandran Ashwin is playing. Harbhajan Singh in today's Times of India, in his today's Times of India piece, has said that I don't see Ashwin playing, even though he considers Ashwin the best Indian spinner across formats. He says Ashwin will not play. But let's see, if India go in with three spinners, and the pitch is probably helps their cause, then definitely it's going to be India spinners against Pakistan. And in a chase, that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, go on.
So, Siddharth, I had a question. So you said right, the left-arm spinners can be tricky, but the same thing I felt in Australia match, that they brought in Zampa too late. They relied on Maxwell for a long time. And does this happen with teams who have good fast bowlers? Will the timing of bringing them on, and when players are said there is no point bringing them after that, so will that play a crucial role?
Yeah, so when you bring in your spinners, is definitely going to play a major role. If you see in the India-Australia game, India, I think, brought in Ashwin quite early.
Yeah.
And then, of course, because they had two quality left-arm spinners, since they're playing three spinners, they knew that 20 overs of spin, they could probably use it later. While they had another quality spinner bowling at the start. But Australia have made a major selection blunder. Is the feeling among a lot of people. They have only one spinner, Adam Zampa. They're playing Maxwell as another spinner. So they're probably missing another spinner. So that is a totally different discussion altogether. But yeah, when they bring in a spinner, is probably going to be a very, very important decision. If you see the England-New Zealand game again, Rachin Ravindra, who bowled left-arm spin, he went for runs. Harry Brook took him for, I think, 14 runs in 3 balls and then got out the next ball. So I think teams might be okay with giving away a few runs if spinners give away a few runs, but if they're able to take a very big wicket, say for example, Babar Azam or Mohammad Rizwan, take 20-30 runs off, say, someone like Jadeja, but then he gets both of them out. I don't think India will mind if Ravindra Jadeja's economy rate is high, but he's probably picked up 3 of the front line back.
No, every time India plays Pakistan, there are always this talks about how it is always Pakistan's bowlers versus Indian batsmen, right? It's like a common discussion every time because India seems to have, I mean, Pakistan every time, every era they've had their sessions of bowlers. I mean, legendary bowlers, say from whether it's Imran Khan or whether it's Waka Yunus or Wasim Akram. We've been, we've always looked out for contests between Shoaib Akhtar and Sachin Tendulkar, or like for example, even Shaheen, even right now players like Shaheen Afridi in Pakistan stand up. So, are there any who are the contests that who are likely contests that people are watching out for this match?
One is definitely Shaheen Shah Afridi against Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. There's
Right.
no doubt about that. But that is another, and of course, Bumrah against. So we're talking about India, Pakistan, we're talking about Kohli, we're talking about Rohit Sharma, Babar Azam, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Let us not forget that Jasprit Bumrah is playing in his home ground.
Right.
And if I am not mistaken, this is the first time he's playing a 50-over game in his home ground.
Right.
So it's going to be a big deal. And Jasprit Bumrah is absolutely in great form. He's in amazing form. So let's say if India bat first and just get a total of 200 or something like that. I mean, Pakistan bowl amazingly well, and India is not able to get a big score. I will not rule out an Indian victory because of Bumrah, Kuldeep Yadav, and Jadeja. He's in absolutely superb form. So, like you rightly said, it's always been Pakistan's bowling versus India's batting. But yeah, it's come to a stage where India's bowlers are really ruling the roost as far as cricket is concerned.
So Cora, we have there is a lot of criticism about how this World Cup has been managed by BCCI. There has not been an opening ceremony, but they have a ceremony for India-Pakistan match, and the ticketing, all the issues with the ticketing, and what do you have to Please tell us about it.
That Bhuvan, this I mean, it was a surprise for many because when normally when World Cup, even during the 2011 World Cup in India was a host, right? Even for matches that featured lesser known teams such as Ireland, or Netherlands for that matter, there was a pretty good. I remember India's match against Ireland in Chinnaswamy Stadium 2011, and that was a packed crowd. And but this time around, given the fact that I was speaking to, in fact, I was speaking to a few cricket writers regarding the issue, and I don't think they want to be named here, but they were saying that one of the reasons is that this time around the ticket sale started in June. I think towards the end of June, which is like 3 months before the start of the World Cup, maybe 100 days before the start of the World Cup, and this gave fans, especially those coming outside India or traveling to the cities, lesser time to plan the logistics. Because if I'm not wrong, in 2019 when the World Cup was held in England, and in 2015 in Australia, the fixtures, I mean, even the fixtures for this matches were given out, released 1 year prior to the start of the World Cup, and this gave a lot of time for the fans also to plan their travels and trips. And the other thing that people were pointing out is that the booking platform kept crashing every time, and they tried logging in to book the tickets, and there are many complaints regarding, even when they are logged in and even when they are booking themselves in the seats, it is not there. And despite that, I think a lot of issues. I mean, these are issues that are there every season, but this time it seems to be a little more, given the whole thing of complimentary tickets, because you know how most of there are complaints regarding how, when even though a stadium has a capacity of 37 to 40,000, almost 50%, almost half of the tickets are being given to clubs and affiliate clubs, politicians, and all the others, and where the tickets that are being actually released to the fans who want to watch the match are less than 50%, and that too, those are expensive tickets. So imagine, the real cricket fans who actually want to turn up for the matches are not able to access. This is one of the reasons. And like you said, the criticism here is also about how, why was there not an inauguration ceremony in the first match, and now they are planning, why specifically for an India Pakistan clash. I think the reasons are unknown, but these are some of the points, that are some of the reasons that are out there. These are some of the reasons that are taken by the cricketers, I mean, from the cricket writers.
But do you think there is a special treatment for teams that will garner more audiences, more revenue? Because in Asia Cup, you see there was a
As
reserve day just
reserve
for
day
one
for
match
India
for
Pakistan.
India Pakistan.
See,
So
I think if you remember, if there is an ICC event, an India Pakistan match has become like a mandatory match. 2015 World Cup started off with the India Pakistan. India's first match was with Pakistan itself. So I think that is definitely there, because this is a match that I think a lot of hype. It's not just ICC. You cannot just blame the ICC, because even brands, even television advertisements, everything surrounding this World Cup is leading. It feels like it's a lead up, it's a run up to this particular match. I mean, I think even I think Make My Trip has put out a controversial ad, which is now being shared across Twitter. I mean, so you can just understand how this is not just about cricket. It's all, there's a lot of things happening across the, I mean, outside the field as well. So it's pretty natural that this is given so much
So,
importance.
so
so
like
I want to make, if I
yeah.
may, I want to make a couple of points on this. See,
Yeah.
first of all, if you see world cricket, only a handful of teams actually play world cricket. Okay. I mean, it's a World Cup, but I think only 10 or 11 teams are there in this World Cup. So the thing is that for cricket to thrive, for world cricket to be competitive, I think it definitely needs a well-performing Pakistan team. Definitely, I mean, geopolitics, personal politics aside, if you see world cricket in isolation, it definitely needs a strong Pakistan team, strongly performing Pakistan team. That is one point. Now, second thing is, if we come to the stadium, the way the World Cup has been handled, I think I think the Indian government, even the BCCI, has tried to bring in a lot of venues for this World Cup. I mean, if you look at Dharamshala and places like that. But the thing is that some more preparation is probably could have been done as far as even facilities are concerned. I don't want to pinpoint any stadiums because I have not been to any of the stadiums for the game. But just going by the photographs and videos posted by people on Twitter, a lot of the stadiums need to probably look at the basics, the kind of seats people are sitting, the roofing, the cleanliness of toilets, cleanliness and availability of toilets, the quantity and price. I mean, they're saying free, but quantity of and quality of potable water and the variety and the cost of food. And so I'm even discounting the ease of getting in and getting out from the stadium. But if water, food, cleanliness, hygiene, and roofing is, that's something that these are the basics that probably many of our stadiums need to, ramp up as far as infrastructure is concerned. Because I have seen a game in Manchester in 2019 World Cup. I saw the New Zealand versus West Indies game, probably one of the best games of the tournament. So if you see, they have charging points. You can get out and just roam just behind the ground. You can buy a lot of eats. There's something happening outside. There are a lot of easily accessible food stalls and a lot of water. I'm of course in England beer is available. I don't know whether India can allow that in stadiums. But the basic facilities, toilet, water, food is very good, and the ease of getting in, getting out of stadium is also very
I
easy.
think here in India, I think we have to start right from the ticket booking process, which itself is slightly problematic. I think
Yeah,
so. That is something that a lot of fans, even we are not even talking about stadium facilities at the moment. At the
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
where
yeah.
we have to start right from the ticket booking process, where people are not able to
No,
even access rights.
no, I
Yes,
think because the current dispensation is probably preparing Ahmedabad or India as a possible host for larger world events like the Olympics. So
correct.
these are some of the basics that first world countries and athletes and visitors from all first world countries will expect as a given. So this is
Right.
something that we need to work on.
Finally, then who is going to win today? What are your calls, Kora and Siddharth?
Uh,
I can
I
see
think
Kora wearing a blue jersey
yes.
today.
Thanks, man. I was waiting for someone to notice this, but thanks. But this is not the real one. So you can say hard goes for India, and predicting the Indian win, just like how Siddharth was saying. I hope it is 8-0. The streak remains 8-0 by the end of this match today.
No,
But finally,
I
before
yeah,
we
I'm
go, Siddharth,
definitely rooting for India.
yeah,
As a cricket fan, definitely, I think India has the edge. But what I want is, I don't want a tame game. I want a
Correct.
India-Pakistan classic today. Probably better than the CSK GT final at the same venue. And if probably Jadeja can do the 10 of last two balls again, it will be like
Brilliant. That
it
will
just
be brilliant.
erupt. I think.
but Siddharth, do you think toss will be an important factor? Like if India
Toss
win the
will
toss,
be an important factor. I think.
so what do you
Toss
think
will
we
be an
should do?
important
Like,
Win the toss
I
and
think, yeah, I think it's a pressure game, so I think India will bat first.
hmm,
But if India is batting second, then I don't think it's a major concern. But yeah, but toss should be a see because Pakistan, going by previous example, I mean the current form, Pakistan chases well. Okay, and I don't think India should be complacent enough to think, okay, whatever happens at the toss, we are going to win. I think chasing will be easier, but I think India will bat first. I know
and
it
finally,
sounds contradictory, but that's how it is.
when finally, like the result of this match, how is this going to be like faring for the teams for the next when going forward in the tournament? Will it play a crucial role for them?
be a
Yeah,
moral booster.
so
Yeah,
it's
definitely, it's
it's
going
going
to
to
be
be
a
a
moral booster. Yes,
in
sir.
this format. In this format where there's no Super Six, there's no quarterfinal, the direct semis, then every game actually counts. But going by current form, I don't think India and Pakistan are going to have much problems in getting to the semis. That's good for India, of course, because as you can see, Australia is faring pretty badly. But yeah, but it's definitely every game is important. So yeah.
All right, so that's all the time that we have for today, and it's just less than an hour left for the big summit clash. I wouldn't call it summit clash, but it feels like a summit clash at least. So enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the India Pakistan cricket match.